At the end of the day, I feel like waiting, okay? But I will say that if a customer or if the cashier refused to check me out because I had more items, which I've never had anybody, reject me for doing so. But if I ever had that, I would be prepared to say, you know what, I was wrong in the first place. But can you go ahead and check me out? I'm sorry, I ain't gonna cause me fuss. Just go ahead and check me out. Let's get this thing done. I've even had customers that's looking at me all upside my head, but they ain't say nothing because ain't none of your business.
Just talk. Can we just talk about
What up, y'all? It's your girl Nesha here, back in the cut. Once again, welcome to all of my new, old, and potential subscribers. You guys are greatly appreciated. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting on all of my videos. So let's go ahead and get into this whole thing that's circulating around. Y'all know I had to give my little 2 cents or whatever. So Erika Thomas, which is a state representative, I think she's in Atlanta or whatever. So she went to a grocery store recently. And when she was in that grocery store, there was apparently, according to the guy Eric. So Eric and Eric, okay? According to Eric, which was the white or the Cuban customer, he says that there was 2 lanes open that didn't have anybody there. There were regular lanes, and then you had the fast lane, which was for, I think it was 10 items or less. And he saw Erika Thomas. She's pregnant. She's 9 months pregnant, and she was with her daughter. But I don't think he really cared because he was being a jerk. But he saw Erika Thomas go over into the fast lane or the 10 items or less lane, and she had more than 10 items. He says she had 20 items. And he had 5 items because he was trying to get in the store and get out. But instead of him being able to go to that fast lane, he had to go to the regular lane. Now, the normal person would say, well, hell, does it matter? You got into one lane and you were able to get out. What's the big deal? Well, apparently, he couldn't let it go. So what he did was go over to customer service after he had completed his transaction. You know, the one that he said he needed to get in and get out. But he still had time that day to go over to customer service. And he said, look, what is the policies regarding customers that go over to the 10 items or less and they have way more items than that? He says that he was told that there is nothing that covers that in their policy, but as the customer, he should be able to go over and say something if he feels led to do that. But it's nothing that they could do. And the reason why they told him that is because the customer is always right. And so they not going to go over there and cause no issue. Mr. Eric, he starts walking out, and then he thought about it. He's like, you know what? Wait, she ain't heard me. She about to feel this heat. So he turns around, and he goes over to the line where she is in the speedy line, and where she had more than 10 items. And he tells her, or he didn't say anything. He says that he pointed at the sign, and he was like, basically telling you to look at the fact that it's supposed to be 10 items or less and not your 20 items that you have. According to him, on the camera, they could see her walking towards him. And of course, you don't know what she's saying, but she's walking. So it appeared that she was more of the aggressor than he was. So his version of the story is that she started to go off on him. So what he told her was that she was a selfish little bee. He's saying that ended the conversation and he went on by his merry way. So then her version of the story is that she was pregnant. She's 9 months pregnant. She still is. So I won't say was. She still is pregnant. Is that she's pregnant and she was tired. She didn't want to stand on her feet. So she saw this line, the 10 items or less. And then she goes over there and she checks out. Now, she says that when they did a press release or he was doing like a little press conference or whatever, she told him that she had 11 items, but when she did her original video, actually what I'm going to do for you is go ahead and show you the first video. So go ahead and check this out.
So you know what I decided? I decided to go live because I'm very upset because people are getting really out of control with this white privilege stuff. I'm at the grocery store and I'm in the 10 aisle, the aisle that says 10 items or less. Yes, I have 15 items, but I'm 9 months pregnant and I can't stand up for long. And this white man comes up to me and says, "You lazy son of a..." He says, you lazy son of a... You need to go back where you came from. And he says that. I said, sir, you don't even know me. I'm not lazy. I'm 9 months pregnant. He says, you're ignorant. You're ignorant. And I'm not ignorant. And it hurt me so bad. I'm sorry, y'all, because everything in me wanted to just tell him who I am and how I know. But I couldn't get anything out. I could just tell him, please leave me alone, please. And my child is just sitting right there. He said, Mama, why would he call you that? Why would he do that? I can't even explain to her why he has so much.
So on her video, you see that she said, or on her video, you hear that she had, 15 items. And she went to this line, she's pregnant or whatever. So that's to get y'all to feel sorry for her. And so then she says that he told her, go back where she came from. He called her a lazy SOB. And she was just really upset. I'm going to say she was very hormonal. And that's why she's, acting like that. And that's why she over-exaggerated. Okay? But she's literally creating a whole outrage behind something that she was wrong for doing. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, I have been, I've been one of those people that's very impatient, so I get into that 15 items or less and knowing dang well I got 20, but I be like hoping, look, if she say that I can't have the 15, I'll go ahead and put 5 back. So let me start preparing the ones that I'm put back. But ain't no way I'm gonna stand in those long lines for this small amount of items, okay? So that's the reason I will go over to the 15 items or less if I had more items. And I did feel wrong when I did it, but at the end of the day, I feel like waiting, okay? But I will say that if a customer or if the cashier refused to check me out because I had more items, which I've never had anybody, reject me for doing so. But if I ever had that, I would be prepared to say, you know what, I was wrong in the first place. But can you go ahead and check me out? I'm sorry, I ain't gonna cause no fuss. Just go ahead and check me out. Let's get this thing done. But I've even had customers that's looking at me all upside my head, but they ain't say nothing because ain't none of your business. She was tired and she didn't want to stand up. But my thing is, there was 2 other lines that you could have gone to that were free. Okay, so at this time, you were just doing something, and you didn't expect nobody else to cause an issue about it. Eric holds this whole press conference because he caught wind by his friends that this state senator, I think she's a state senator, that she caused this whole outrage about the incident and making it race baiting, making it seem like here's another white guy that's trying to use his privileges and, talk to me any kind of way. And why do I have to answer to him? And it was that, she started to create that. And y'all know me. If y'all really rock with me, y'all know me. I'm not going to just jump on no dang bandwagon. I'm going to use my brain. If I feel like you were wrong, you were wrong. And I'm sorry, Miss 9-month pregnant state senator lady. Or, girl, you wasn't no senator. I done, girl, promoted you. I think she's just a state representative. But anyway, I'm going to say that you were wrong. Okay, you were wrong. Even though you were 9 months pregnant and you were tired of standing on your feet, you could have easily got your butt one of those carts and rolled in that cart and went to the line that you were supposed to be at. Granted, it wasn't his business. He should have minded his business and went on about his way. He was almost out the stove. He didn't have to turn around and say what he had to say, but he's a jerk, okay? There's no remedy for jerk. Some people just are what they are. So Eric held a press conference once he found out that this whole outrage had sparked another racism thing, another white privilege. So when he realized that, he came out, did a press conference, and trying to tell his side of the story. He even gave a written statement telling what his account was. Now, Miss Erika Thomas was able to wobble her way over there to the press conference and then give her side of the story and just be all rude and try to tell her, no, I'm standing in your face. I'm standing in the face of the person that made me feel low. I'm standing in the face of the person that talked to me wrong in front of my child and all this other type of stuff, right? Not getting me roused because I'm looking at you like, okay, how do I know, based on your demeanor right here, how do I know this isn't how you were in the store? But sis, go off. So then he's standing there, he's telling his account, and then she comes over there. He said, right or wrong, you had more than, or you had 20 items. She says, no, I had 11 items.
Grocery store, and I'm in the 10 aisle, the aisle that says 10 items or less. Yes, I have 15 items.
He said, show me your receipt. I don't have to show you a receipt. I will give it to the people that need to see the receipt. But I had 11.
Pregnant.
And
I'm
now
9 months pregnant.
Does that mean
And
you need
told
an
me
express
that
lane?
It doesn't mean anything.
Does that mean
And
you
you
need
know
to get
what?
an express lane?
I had 11 items. I had 11
You had
items.
more than that, man.
You know what?
Show
I
your
had my
receipt.
receipt. I had my
Show
receipt.
it.
And they will see it.
Show it.
But you know what? It doesn't
You had at
matter
least
if
20.
I had any items.
You had at least
You
20.
cannot tell a pregnant, 9 months pregnant woman.
Did I know you were pregnant until
I
you said
told
it?
you that. I told you I was
After you
pregnant.
took 2
and you
steps towards
said,
me?
I don't care. You're a
But then on your video that went viral, you said you had 15 items. And you might say, Nesha, what the hell does 4 items different mean? It means everything. Because if you're able to lie about something so minute, then you will lie about anything else. You will lie about the details, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a few of the highlights from his press conference that she interrupted, and then we'll come right back.
You want to get away with this?
Good
No,
luck,
you're
ma'am.
not. You are going to jail.
You're
and
showing
this speaks
yourself.
for every, oh no, I'm showing myself. This
Good luck,
speaks
ma'am.
for every black, brown, and any woman that's out there that's 9 months pregnant, and a white man comes up to you and calls you a son
not white.
of, I don't care what
I'm
you
not
are.
white.
Yes, you are.
I'm not
if
white.
anybody comes up to you, and you know what? I'm going to my car. I'm going to sit down. If he wants to have his 5 minutes of fame, at the end of the day, the only reason why this man is doing this is because everybody, what did you say? Your friend called you. Everybody's calling you out on your stuff, and so
They're
now
not calling
you're here.
me out. They're letting me know.
If nobody, if the news didn't get this, there's so many black and brown people all across the country, and if I wasn't a state representative and the news didn't get this, he would get away with calling me what he called me, saying what he said, and berating me and my 9-year-old child.
I didn't berate your 9-year-old
Anyways,
child.
that was standing right
You're
there.
the one that confronted me, man,
I don't have
after
to
I
take this.
pointed it out.
Y'all can finish with him.
You take no responsibility.
Y'all can finish with him. Obviously, he admitted to whatever he wanted to admit to. Everybody's after him, and now this is where we are. So at the end of the day, I'm going to sit in my car, and then when you all are done with him, in his 5 minutes of fame,
I
now
hope
that
you're
he already,
happy with yourself.
yes, I am very happy with myself for standing up for black and brown people all across the nation, and the women, and pregnant
You
women,
forget I'm
and
Cuban?
pregnant women. All across the nation. You can say whatever. You can say you got black friends. I don't care.
You don't care.
At the end of the day,
That's the
the
point.
point
You
is
don't
I'm
care.
standing up
You
for people
care
all
about
over.
yourself. Yes, I don't like using foul language. It's not me. But people need to understand that this woman, Miss Thomas, for political purposes, and I'd probably vote for her if she was in my district. Just because she's a Democrat. I probably did vote for her if she is in my district. Okay? But the thing is, I did not know what she was yesterday, who she was yesterday. So her to spread this on the internet and make it a big deal when it was no big deal as of yesterday. As of yesterday, it was no big deal.
Y'all saw that press conference. You saw what he was saying and how he was able to repeat his version of the story. You saw how he was able to remain calm, and he even put her in your face. Look, by the way, lady, I am a Democrat. I did not vote for Trump. So for you to sit here and try to make this outrage like I'm his supporter and this is all because of him and all this stuff, girl, you ain't got no argument there. Hey, girl, listen, if you want to go back, check my social medias out. I am a huge Democrat. I am not white. I am Cuban. And she was just dismissive. No, yes, you are. Yes, you are. At the end of the day, homegirl was wrong. You were wrong. You went to this line because you were pregnant and got tired of walking, but you could have very well went to a different line. Then homegirl gonna switch up. Now all of a sudden, now she was so sure in that press conference when she interrupted him and was like, no, you said that I was a lazy SOB and you said I need to go back where I came from.
I believe that you would do this. And do you not feel bad? Do you feel bad?
You understand you're a liar?
I'm a liar about what?
Everything that happened.
Do you feel bad?
Me telling you to go back where you came from?
Do you feel bad about yesterday?
Did I say that?
Yes, you. Are you serious? Or you didn't say
Did I say
What
it?
did you say to me then?
Is it on video?
What did you say to me?
I called you a lazy bitch.
Okay, that's all
the
you
worst
did.
thing I said.
That's all.
At least
You
20.
cannot tell a pregnant, 9 months pregnant woman.
Did I know you were pregnant until
I
you said
told
it?
you that. I told you I was
After you
pregnant.
took 2
and you
steps towards
said,
me?
I don't care. You're a lazy son of a bitch. What you said.
I said the lazy part. I didn't say son of a.
Did he not
Number
just say
one.
he said son of a bitch?
I
What did he
said
say?
lazy.
But then now, you got amnesia. You can't remember if he said that verbatim. I don't know if he said it like that, but he said something similar.
I don't want to say he said go back to your country or go back to where he came from, but he was making those types of references is what I remember.
But no, that's not what you said when you did your viral video. You said that he said this. Okay? And this is a perfect example as to why we need to stop hopping on bandwagons and just agreeing with people just to be agreeing. Think, why would you be in a line that's 15 items or less when there were other lanes open? Okay? Why would you do that? Why would you leave that important information out when you originally did your video? Why did you do that? Why? Oh, I know, because it wouldn't cause such an outrage. He's saying this is all politics. She know what she's doing. You need to stop trying to create an issue where there isn't one. Because there's no reason why you should, cause this big outrage and all of a sudden now you don't want to hear nobody else talking about it. We done. And there's something similar like that happened down here in Houston, to where it was unfortunately a little girl was shot in a car, and the witnesses say that it was a white male in a truck. And so as they're just saying that he shot into the car and he sped off. So then all of the big artists down here and the news outlets, they all picked it up, and social media was going crazy saying this is another, this is just hate. This is another hate crime, and I'm just sick of this. And everybody was up in arms. And then we find out that no, it wasn't a Caucasian person. It was black people that did this. And it was a few of them, and they did a drive-by, okay? Nobody else said anything else about it. We all silent now. Nobody want to talk about it. And it's okay, so are y'all doing this to say, well, they done did so much to us, then where this little detail, this little mishap, it don't mean nothing because they'd have done something. It's no, right is right, wrong is wrong. You can't stand for one thing and then fall for the other. It's just crazy. Even with that whole situation that happened down here, it would have been completely unfortunate had a guy actually drove by, right? And now everybody's pissed off because of all this hate crime, and so they go after that man and they do something tragic to him, and then it would have been, oops, sorry, got the details wrong. That's all I had to say about this topic. Get into the comments. Let me know what you thought about this whole situation, and until next time, y'all. Bye, guys.
Yeah, low key, maybe high key. I been peeped that you like.